Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I want to welcome you. This is the Dr. Shabazz Show, and on this show, we talk about things that are going on in the world. We talk about feminism. We talked about how feminism has destroyed society as well as dating, and it's also destroyed family home. But today, I want to talk about the difference between a modern Jezebel versus the Delilah spirit. Well, the reason why I want to take a look at it because we have so much chaos in the world, and a lot of it is caused by women. We have a society that believes that women are either equal or better than men, and then we also know that a lot of women are using their looks and beauties to destroy men. When I say destroy, I mean not just take their life, but their livelihood in order for them to make money, and they're taking away that important relationship with their children. And so I wanted to kind of look into, I know a lot of people don't care why this is going on, but I wanted to look at the Jezebel and the Delilah spirit and to explain why it's going on in 2023. But before we get started, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. So the Jezebel and Delilah spirits, we know that there are two different types of evil spirits, and typically it's only mentioned in the Bible. While they share some similarities, there are some very distinctive characteristics that makes them different. So when we think about the Jezebel spirit, it's known for manipulating and controlling men, and is often associated with women who use their sexuality as charm and to gain power and control men. And so what's going on in 2023, such as what we see as the OnlyFans, and we see so many women who are using their sexuality to, number one, to control men, but then also to get notoriety and also to get money, also to change the culture of society. Because most Jezebel spirit women typically are very, very dominant and masculine. Yes, they do have, the sexual appealing of a woman, but in most cases, they have the mentality of a man because they want to put feminism ahead of anything else. They want men to bow down to them and be submissive to the woman because of the sexual gratification that they're giving to men. Even though the Jezebel spirit has been around a long time, I think that social media has really played a big part in it. There might have been some women who may not even have the spirit within them, but once they get that endorphin from posting a sexy picture, and then they get all of these likes, and that starts to build up in their body and the feeling of the endorphins that you get, and so it makes them go further and further out there on social media. And so this feeling is something that a lot of women don't understand it, but it causes them to become addicted to that attention and that feeling, because it takes more to get that next high of that like from that picture. So you show half of your body, then you show more of your body, then you decide to go ahead and do a OnlyFans page, then you get money for because it's like attention is like currency, and then you get the currency for then you get the real currency when you go on OnlyFans. And then nothing in this world is more important than you making that money and the attention. And that's where, to me, the Jezebel spirit starts. So a good example of a Jezebel spirit is Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner has always portrayed herself as a Jezebel spirit. She never pretended to be somebody that she isn't. She even wrote a book. Even when she was dating a much younger guy, everyone knew that she was going to get pregnant soon. And if you know anything about her story. They broke up quickly afterwards, and she did something on social media saying that she's looking for a stepdaddy and a stepdaddy season. But she is the epitome of a Jezebel spirit. Now let's look at the Delilah spirit. This one to me is the most sinister because they are trying to hurt men, and they do it in a way that's unexpected. So they are pretending to be somebody that they're really not. They're using their beauty seduction to get to a man. And what they do is they will lure the unexpected man into their claws, and they're going to trick them. They're going to get anything and everything they can from that man to destroy him. And so I wanted to talk about these women and the Delilah spirit. So we all know who Jada Pickett is. She is the woman who said she really didn't want to get married, but she did, and you seem like the perfect family. But she really didn't want to be a wife. She wanted to do what she wanted to do, and the whole fiasco of the Oscar was all because of her manipulating Will's. That's just my take on it. It may, that's what I believe. And then I already did a story about Laura Sanchez and how she goes from man to man to man. And then the third one is Phil Collins' ex-wife. Now, a lot of people don't know about, his ex-wife, but I put the article in the description box. She was previously married to Phil Collins, and they were separated for like 10 years, and they got back together, I think in 2016. And when they got back together, she had a plan. Her plan was to stay married to him as long as she could, because she wanted her hands on this house that they had. And near the end of their relationship, she went off to Vegas, with her boyfriend, and their divorce, I guess, was finalized. And so she married this guy in Vegas, and they moved back into the family home where Phil was still there in another part of the house. And she and her boyfriend, well, at the time, her husband, refused to leave because she said that she did all the stuff in the house, and she refused to leave until he gave her like $20 million. So he had to go to court to basically get his ex-wife and her husband out of the house. So read that story, and you will see what I'm talking about. And then the final one is a woman who was married to a singer back in the 60s, and his name was Jackie Wilson. And if you're over the age of 40, you should know who he is. But young people, you probably don't know, but go look him up. He's a really good singer. But he married his second wife, Harlene Harris. That was his second wife. And he moved on. They had a child, but then he got married to somebody else. So he did get married a third time, but he forgot to divorce Harlene, his second wife. And he became incapacitated. And so the hospital didn't realize it, but he never took off his second wife's name. So she decided what happens to him. And they were not on good terms. And number one, she was dating his producer. His producer and his wife, second wife, were together, and he felt like there was something going on with the money. So number one, she was dating his producer, the one that pays his money and salary, and then she was listed as the person who made the medical decisions for him. Now, they were not on good terms. So do you know she put him in a nursing home instead of bringing him home to take care of him? She put him in a nursing home. And to me, that is a Delilah spirit, because she had no plans or intention to doing this man right when he got sick. And so I'm going to put that story in the description box as well. So it's just really, really important that you try to figure out because this spirit is everywhere. It's not just in Western women. It could be anywhere. So one of the things that I try to do is figure out how can you tell the difference. And the first one, that either spirit, is that they're going to be on social media. They're going to be the women who are constantly posting provocative pictures. Most traditional women, they just don't want that type of intention. They don't want their body to be out there so everybody can see it. So that's the first thing you can look for. The second thing, I feel like, if you're dating a woman and she does not acknowledge the word submissive or submission in any type of form, or if she just goes ballistic because of that word, or even obey, that is a sign that this woman could have the Delilah or the Jezebel spirit. Because most traditional women have no problem with that word submission. No problem. And then the third way is money. If you can't take her to a inexpensive date on the first couple of days, like to an ice cream place or to a coffee shop, just to talk and get to know each other, to me, that's a red flag. And so those are the things that I feel like I'm not an expert on dating. I just know I can tell people's spirits and their heart and what their intents are. Um, those are things that I feel like, as a man, or even if you're a woman and you see, there's such things as men Jezebel spirits as well. But that's my video today. I would love to hear what you think. Until next time, I will see you later. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye.